what's up guys? I'm Rob Riches. You know, nutrition is a big part of my life, both in the gym, fueling my workouts, and also to provide my body with the essential nutrients I need just for good health. So 100% Food have asked me to do a video explaining the difference between nutrient-dense foods and empty calories, which I've got here in the perfect example of a burger and small fries and their bottle of 100% Food raw. Basically, this takes the recommended daily allowance of 2,000 calories a day, all of the proteins, the carbs, the fats, the vitamins, the minerals, and puts it into 3 bottles. I'm not saying that you do this instead of food. This is really for those of you who tend to skip breakfast, or you find you don't have enough time to get food, prepare food, or just you're too busy traveling or with work. This is going to be a great alternative. We're going to look at the key differences between empty calories and proper nutrient-dense foods. Now, to start things off, both of these meals are about the same calories. We've got 670 calories here and about 700 calories with our burger and fries. Again, I'm not saying that you're going to consume this all in one go. This is going to be great if you have breakfast, you're working, you're traveling, and you're not able to get perhaps any other meals in throughout the day. So you can have half of this bottle, several hours later have the rest, or make it how I'm going to show you later, using a few extra ingredients to fit with your nutritional requirements. Let's start off with this. Each bottle has 22 grams of fat, which might seem really high, but remember, this is a third of your daily food intake. Plus, those 22 grams of fat all come from the ingredients that we see here. We have things like flaxseed, hemp seed, sesame seed, rice flour, and dextrose. Yes, sugar, but I'll get onto that next. Out of this, we get 0 trans fat and only 2 grams of saturated fat. Compare this with our burger over here. This is nearly 40 grams of fat and 12 grams of saturated fat. This is nutrition that really does do you no good at all. Compared to this, which out of those 22 grams of fat, you get 12 grams of essential fatty acids. Essential being the key word. This is brain fuel and optimum nutrition, energy that our body needs from the diet. Now, what about carbohydrates? Each bottle has 100 grams of carbohydrates, which I know seems really high, but remember, each bottle is intended to replace 1/3 of your recommended daily allowances. So it's there to fill a void in terms of carbohydrates, not add a surplus. Out of those, 10 grams is fiber. So 1/3 of your recommended daily fiber intake. This has a dragging effect, a slowing effect on how quickly the sugar is broken down and put into the bloodstream. Compare that with our burger and fries over here, it's only about 2 grams of fiber. So although this has 75 grams of carbs and this has 100, at first glance, this might seem like it's going to result in less fat being gained than this, but that's not true. When you consider the types of carbohydrates with this, the bun, the fries, much of the sugars in the sauce here, it's all manufactured, it's processed, it's refined, it's going to get broken down by the body much quicker, absorbed into the bloodstream, and it's essentially empty calories. It doesn't contain the essential nutrients that many of these seeds do. So 100 grams naturally occurring from these seeds, plus 40% dextrose, essentially just glucose, muscle energy. Energy for the next 4 or 5 hours. Great for breakfast, or if you've had a workout, had a protein shake, and then you're not going to eat for so many hours, half a bottle or even the full bottle will provide those nutrients and glucose back into the muscle. So great for athletes. Okay, so that's fats and carbohydrates covered. What about protein? Well, the bottle has 17 grams of protein, so 1/3 of your RDA. I'm not saying it's a protein shake. It's always easier to add more protein than take some of the other things out. I'll show you that later, how I might modify this for my own nutritional needs with fitness and with staying lean. Compared to the burger, this is 28 grams of protein. So at first glance, again, might look like the burger is better nutritionally. It's got more protein, especially if you take off the bun, do away with the fries, and just have whatever salad is with it and the patty. But let's talk about quality nutrition. First of all, 17 grams of protein with our raw 100% Food bottle here all comes from the seeds. These are nutrient-dense, rich, organic, unmodified food sources. We've got the flaxseed, the hemp seed, the sesame seed, 17 grams. Like I said, easy to add extra protein in, especially when we make a smoothie like I'm going to show you. Talking about the burger over here, the only protein really comes from our patty, and look at that. Even with 2 of those, I'm not quite sure how you get almost 30 grams of protein, but I'd rather be putting seeds into my body than that for the protein. One other thing, we've talked about the macronutrients, but what about the micronutrients? The vitamins, the minerals. Again, 1/3 of this in our raw 100% food bottle, nowhere near that with our burger and fries. And included in that is sodium. We've got nearly 1.1 grams in there. That's more than half your recommended daily allowance. With this, less than 500. Okay, moving on. Let me show you now how I might use something like this to fit with my lifestyle, my nutritional needs, adding more fiber in, boosting the micronutrients in there, and something that I'd have in addition to my 3 or 4 meals throughout the day. I'm gonna add 4 ingredients in. We'll use half the bottle, so essentially I can make 2 shakes from this. I've got my blender here, and basically we're gonna be using some fresh celery, half an apple, 2 stalks of kale, I love this stuff, and about 1 inch of ginger. Let's check it out. So there we have it, the difference between nutrient-dense foods and empty calories. Beyond just the calories, the proteins, the carbs, and the fats, you really need to look deeper at the overall ingredients and also how it's prepared. The more refined and processed the foods are, typically they're not going to be good for you. They're going to be digested, absorbed faster, more fats, more sugars, more added ingredients that our bodies really don't need. Compare that with the rich, nutrient-dense foods like the seeds that you get from 100% raw foods. Alright guys, find out more about this great company, check the link in my text description below, and also check back next week for more training videos and nutrition videos from me. Take care, stay motivated, I'll see you guys soon.